Your brain makes up reasons after you decide. A man sits in a laboratory and looks at pictures. This is not, at first glance, the sort of activity likely to threaten the foundations of human identity. There are no explosions, no dramatic music, no scientist leaning over a console saying, "My goodness." Just a man, a screen, and a few images. Then scientists show one side of his brain, a chicken claw. They show the other side, a snowy scene. The man does not feel divided. He does not report that his head has become a committee. Everything seems normal. Then he is asked to choose pictures that match what he saw. One hand points to a chicken. That makes sense. Chicken claw, chicken. The other hand points to a snow shovel. That makes sense too. Snowy scene, snow shovel. So far, the brain appears to be behaving like a tidy filing cabinet. Then the scientists ask him why he chose those pictures. And the brain does something both brilliant and slightly alarming. It says, in effect, the chicken goes with the claw, and the shovel is for cleaning out the chicken shed. This is a perfectly reasonable answer. It is also not the real reason. The speaking side of the brain did not know about the snowy scene. That information had been shown to the other hemisphere. So the honest answer should have been, I do not know why I chose the shovel. But the brain did not say that. The brain invented an explanation, instantly, confidently, almost elegantly, like a public relations officer arriving after a disaster with a clipboard and a very calm voice. This famous split brain research came from patients who had undergone a serious operation for severe epilepsy. Doctors cut the corpus callosum, the thick bundle of fibers that normally allows the left and right hemispheres of the brain to communicate. The goal was medical: stop seizures from spreading. And for many patients, it helped. From the outside, they appeared ordinary. They could walk, speak, laugh, eat, and complain about ordinary things, which remains one of humanity's more reliable signs of normal function. But in carefully designed experiments, something strange emerged. The two halves of the brain could know different things. The right hemisphere could receive information the speaking left hemisphere did not have. The left hand might act on that information. Then the speaking side, asked to explain the action, would have to make sense of a choice it did not actually understand. And it did. That is the important part. It did not shrug. It did not say, data unavailable. It created a story. Scientists called this tendency the interpreter. The interpreter is the brain's habit of turning scattered information into a coherent account of what just happened. It is the part that says, this makes sense. I meant to do that. Here is why. Most of the time, this is useful. Without it, life would feel like a rainstorm of unrelated events. A dog barked. You felt hungry. The phone buzzed. Someone frowned. Your shoe squeaked. A cloud resembled a potato. The brain stitches such nonsense into a world. It makes a self. But the split brain studies revealed the uncomfortable bit. The story may arrive after the action, and the story may not be true. This does not mean free will is dead, buried, and unavailable for comment. It does not mean people are puppets. It means the mind is less like a single royal commander and more like a busy organization in which many departments act before the press office releases a statement. You choose a snack, then explain why it was the sensible snack. You dislike a person, then collect reasons for the dislike. You buy something expensive, then perform a small courtroom drama in your head proving it was essential. You change your mind, then insist you were probably heading that way all along. The brain hates gaps. It hates not knowing. So it fills in the blanks with astonishing speed. This is not dishonesty in the usual sense. You are not lying. You are listening to a narrator that may not have seen the whole event. That narrator is very convincing because it speaks in your voice. The strangest part is that this may be one reason life feels smooth. Consciousness gives us a simple story. I saw, I decided, I acted. But underneath that simplicity are systems for memory, emotion, vision, movement, habit, fear, reward, language, and social judgment, all working at once like staff in a restaurant kitchen during a lunch rush. Then consciousness walks out holding the plate and says, I made this. Perhaps it did. Perhaps it supervised. Perhaps it arrived late and took credit. The point is not that the self is fake. The point is that the self may be assembled, moment by moment, explanation by explanation. The man in the split brain experiment did not look foolish. He looked human. His unusual brain surgery simply made visible something our ordinary brains may do invisibly every day. They act, they explain, they make a story. And because the story feels like us, we believe it. So the next time you make a choice and immediately produce a fine, polished reason for it, pause for half a second. The reason may be true, it may be partly true, or it may be your inner interpreter, standing beside a snow shovel, quietly inventing chickens. If you enjoyed this strange little journey, subscribe and help us reach 1 million curious minds. There are many more weird facts hiding in plain sight, and we intend to bother all of them.